to the cloud. Okay, perfect. So, welcome everyone to this free webinar where we're going to dive into something that's honestly blowing my mind right now in the AI world. And trust me, by the end of this, your brain is going to be buzzing with possibilities because it's been like that for me for like a month already. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you two incredible tools that can literally build apps and websites for you using your own words. Like you type what you want and boom, you have a working app. It's like magic, but it's real and it's happening right now. So, let's see. Before we jump in, I'm going to explain everything like I'm going to explain everything like we're in a beginner level. So I'm going to try and be as beginner friendly as possible. Okay. And then I'll leave questions to the end. So today we're comparing two powerhouses, Manus and Google Vibe Coding. Now I know what you're thinking. What even are these things? Unless you have already heard of them, then perfect, you're one step ahead. But don't worry, I'm going to cover all of that. So think of this like you're comparing two different ways to get somewhere. One is like taking an Uber, it's super fast. Someone else drives, you just sit back. And then the other one is like having your own car that you can customize however you want, drive wherever you want, and keep forever. So both get you to places, but there's different ways of getting there and with different experiences. Let's go to the next. Since I'm zoomed in, I'm gonna have to like do this. So I apologize for that ahead of time. Can you guys see the words fine, or is it too small? You can tell me in the chat. Is this okay? Oh, perfect. Good, good, good. Okay, cool. Not that I want you to read it. I just want you to know what we're going to cover because I'm going to be doing mostly talking and then I'm going to go into a live demo to show both of them. And then questions. Okay, so two approaches to AI app development. So let's start with the big picture. What is Google Vibe Coding and what is Manus? So on the left side, we've got Google Vibe Coding, which is actually a feature inside of Google AI Studio. There's Google's new tool. This is Google's new tool that came out just a couple months ago, I think like October 2025. So it's super fresh. It's basically designed for one thing, which is making simple apps fast, like crazy fast. So you tell it what you want, and within minutes, you've got a working prototype. It's all about speed and simplicity for rapid projects. Okay. So now on the right side, you've got Manus. Oh, I think I got like a, hold on. Let me just make sure everyone is muted so that the recording doesn't sound crazy. Okay, perfect. So on the right side, we've got Manus, and Manus is like, okay, imagine how having like a super smart assistant who can do everything, not just build apps. So it can also do research for you. It can create presentations like this one. Manus created this presentation, by the way. It can analyze data and it can automate boring tasks. So it does the whole shebang. And when it builds apps, it gives you the actual code, so you own it. You can take it anywhere, you can change it however you want, and it's yours forever. So here's the core distinction. And this is super important. So Google Vibe Coding is optimized for speed and accessibility. It's perfect if you want to test an idea quickly or you're just starting out. And then Manus is optimized for depth and flexibility. It's for when you want something professional that you can grow with over time. So think of it like Google Vibe Coding is like renting an apartment. It's quick, easy, everything's set up for you. And Manus is like building your own house. It takes a little bit more time, but it's yours and you can make it exactly how you want. Let me pause to read some comments. Greetings. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here you go. Okay, so let's zoom in on Google Vibe Coding first because honestly, this thing is actually really cool. So here's what it does. You literally just describe your app in plain English. Like you can say something like, I want an app that generates startup names based on an industry, right? And Google's AI powered by their Gemini models just makes it. The whole thing, the design, the buttons, the functionality, everything. And the best part is that they've got this thing called annotation mode. This is so fun. You can literally point at something on your app and say, make this button blue or move this over here, and it just does it for you. So you don't even have to know coding to be able to build the app. It's like having a designer who reads your mind, which is amazing. Who wouldn't want a designer to read your mind? Um, Plus, they have an app gallery, so where you can browse, this is where you can like browse examples and remix them. So if you see something you like, you can just grab it and make it your own. And when you're done, one click and your app is live on the internet with a public URL you can share with anyone. So if you've been seeing a lot of apps, people building apps lately, that's what they're doing. And that's why they're doing it so fast because it's so easy to do. And it's so easy to do, just like deploy to the public for them to be able to see it. So now here's the catch, and this is the important part. Your app deploys to Google Cloud Run, which is Google's serverless platform. And if you need a database or a user authentication, you'd actually use a different Google tool called Firebase Studio. So Firebase Studio is like Google AI Studio focusing on simpler apps. It's the back end. Okay, so it's kind of like building a sandcastle on someone else's beach. It's beautiful and fun, but you don't own the beach. Okay. So what I would say is it's best for if you're starting out, if you want to test ideas super quickly, or if you're totally cool with staying in Google's ecosystem, which is amazing. Because as you know, Google owns Nano Banana as well. Nano Banana is amazing. Google is Google and they have Gemini. So you can use all of those as features in your app that you build. Okay, so it's amazing. It's perfect for weekend projects or quick prototypes. So if you're a non-developer, which is most of us here, who just wants to see their ideas come to life, which I've done multiple times, I am guilty of that. Um, Let me stop for what I'm seeing. I no, no, you did not miss a lot at all. I'm just literally, I just went over what Google Vibe coding is, and now we're gonna go over what Manus is. The Manus one, you own the code? Yes, you do. Also teamed up with Apple recently. Oh my gosh. And they have they incorporated Nano Banana as well. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That is amazing. I just love AI, but it's like so many things to keep up with. It's like one day you do a presentation for like 2 days. Like for example, you do it on Monday, the presentation, and then Thursday you're gonna present it. By Thursday, something changes. So it's like it's crazy. Okay, now we're gonna get into Menace. So let me see the chats. Yes, all things change. Yes, and so fast when it comes to AI. It's crazy. Okay, so with Manus, this is where things get really exciting for me personally because I'm a little bit biased because I use Manus all the time and I love it. So Manus is what we call an autonomous agent. It's a fancy way of saying it's like having a super smart AI teammate who can handle a ton of different tasks. And when it comes to building apps, it doesn't just generate something quickly, it builds it like a professional developer would. So here's what makes Manus different. When it builds your app, it uses modern industry standard technology. So we're talking about React, TypeScript, all the good stuff that professional developers use. Do I know what any of these are? No, I don't need to because Manus knows and Manus will do it for me. That's the beauty of it. And it gives you the complete source code. That means you own every single line of code and you can do whatever you want with it. So if you want to deploy traversal go for it. AWS, go for it. Your own server, you can do that as well. So you're not locked into anyone's platform. It's like getting the keys to your own car instead of just getting Uber rides forever. So here for me is what really blows my mind about Manus, and this is something that Google Vibe coding can't do at all. It's not just about building apps. So Manus can do research for you. It can create presentations, especially now with the integration of Nano Banana, the images are more beautiful. It can analyze data, it can automate tasks, and it could do so much more. Like, for example, for the people that signed up for the landing page of this webinar, that was created by Manus. And then the emails that you got, that was sent out by Manus, not by me. So all of that was automated. That's just an example. So if you need to research your market, if you need to build your app, if you need to create a pitch deck and analyze user data, Manus can do all of that. Google Vibe coding, it just makes apps. That's it. So it's best for if you're building something you want to grow long term, if you need professional quality code, if you want total freedom over where you host your app, or if you need help with more than just app development, then your go-to would be Manus. So what I would say is start with vibe coding just to understand the process and get comfortable with talking to the agent that's building your app. And then when you feel comfortable enough and you want to eventually own your own code and do more, I would say you can transfer to Manus or use them simultaneously. Like if you like how um vibe coding designs the pages better, the apps better, then you can just use the code that Manus gives you and plug it into vibe coding. But Google is going to be owning that code. Let me see. I love Manus. Me too. I use it every day. I'm guilty. That's awesome. Yeah. But it's honestly, it's good to know the differences. And that's why I thought this webinar is important for people to know. Especially now that people are doing a lot of apps using vibe coding and they've never heard of doing any other apps that is easy to build apps. But there's apps like platforms like Lovable that's been out for a while that does the same thing. What's the other one? It was Lovable. I know there's one called Famous AI that I've used before too. That one's good. Does the same thing. There's one that's called Super Cool that also does the same thing, Manus. And there's another one. Oh, Bolt. Bolt is the other one. Yeah. No, we don't know the, yep. Bolt. That's the other one. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the next. Oh, I could just scroll down. Look at, oh, I'm making a whole mess here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is like if I'll give you guys this presentation if you want to like refer back to it so you can see the differences. So I know the tables can be a little boring. I try not to do it, but stick with me because this one's I feel very important. So this is where we really see the differences side by side. So we're gonna go through some of the big ones. So generation speed, Google Vibe Code is fast. Like it's like a single prompt and you're done fast. Manus takes a bit more time because it's building something more robust, but we're still talking minutes to hours, not days or weeks. Okay, so it's still fast overall. The next one I think is important is code access. So this is huge. So with Google Vibe coding, you get limited access to the code. It's kind of hidden behind the platform. And with Manus, you get everything, every file, every line of code. It's completely transparent. The next one, technology stack. Google decides what technology your app uses. You don't really get a choice. And then with Manus, you can customize everything. So you can use different apps like React, Vue, vanilla, JavaScript, whatever you want to use. The next one, deployment, is another one that I feel is important. So Google AI Studio deploys to Google Cloud Run. That's their serverless platform. Manus, you can deploy anywhere. So Vercel, Netlify, AWS, your own server, you have total freedom. And then the next one is existing projects. So I feel like this one's a big one. Google Vibe coding can only create new apps from scratch. If you already have a website or app and you want to add features or fix bugs, it can't help you. And then Manus, it can jump into your existing code and work with it. That's a game changer. And then look at the last row, debugging. So with Google Vibe coding, you're basically just asking it nicely to fix things through conversation. Ju and then with Manus, you get professional debugging with actual error analysis and stack traces. I don't care about this, but it's nice to read what went wrong and then see it fix itself. It's like the difference between saying my car is making a weird noise versus having a mechanic who can actually look under the hood and tell you exactly what's wrong. Okay. I'm like pausing after each slide to make sure there's no questions. Famous AI can be a, yeah, that's why I don't use Famous AI anymore. I had it and I know they have a white label version of it. It's way too much. And the thing is that they charge credits for whoever goes into the app, like whoever visits the website, they charge you credits for. Not credits, fee, like a fee. And it becomes expensive if you don't put your project to sleep. And honestly, I don't want to deal with it. So I'm like, you know what? I am not gonna use it anymore. So, but that's just like an example of something that is like Google Vibe coding. Sorry if you hear my son. His is yes, there's going to be a replay. Yeah. It's currently being recorded, so there will be a replay. Um, Son, I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he says, "No, Jacob." Mommy. I'm gonna have to go back and and make changes to the recording because he's just not leaving me alone. Okay. So, Manus, production grade capabilities. All right, so let's get into the really cool stuff that Manus can do, and I'm going to break this down into four big areas. So, full stack architecture. This means Manus can build the entire app, the pretty front end that users see, the behind the scenes back end that handles all the logic, the database that stores information, and the authentication system that keeps everything secure. Google Vibe Coding uses Firebase for the back end, which is fine for simple stuff. And Manus can build custom backends that can handle way more complex scenarios. So I feel like if you have a very complex app idea, I would go with Manus. If you have a very simple idea, I would go with Google Vibe Coding. But if you feel like you want to do it all with Manus, you can as well. And then the next one is custom business logic. So imagine you're building an app that needs to calculate something really specific to your business. Like maybe you have a special formula for pricing or a unique way of organizing tasks. So Manus can implement any algorithm or workflow you dream of. It's not limited to just what the AI can generate from simple prompts. Um, it can actually write a complex code that does exactly what you need. And then next one, professional code quality. So this is something that I'm really passionate about teaching. When Manus writes code, it follows all the best practices that professional developers use. That means proper error handling, so your app doesn't just crash when something goes wrong. Security best practices, so hackers can't mess with your stuff, and clean organization. So if you hire a developer later, they can actually understand and work with the code. Okay. Google Vibe coding, it generates code that works, but is not always structured for long-term maintenance. And then the last one, existing code base support. So let's say you already have a website or an app and you just want to add a new feature or fix a bug. Manus can do that. It can analyze your existing code, understand how it works, and make changes without breaking anything, which is huge because most AI tools can start from scratch. And then Manus can jump into the middle of a project and help you keep building, which I love. That's the part that I love. Because I know there's a lot of projects that I had in Famous AI. I just copy the code, I send it to Manus, and I'm like, fix this, figure it out for me, build it, tell me how I can make it better. And I did. I haven't I haven't deployed it yet, but soon come. Okay. Yes, there's going to be a replay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, I promise we're almost done with these. I just want you guys to really understand the difference. Let me make sure that we are, oops, muting people. Yes. Okay. So let's make this super real quick, super real with an actual example. So let's say you want to build a task management app, like a Trello or an Asana, or I know Notion can sometimes do task management apps, and I know what's the other one? Monday.com. I've used it before. But you want to build like your own version of it. So here are your requirements. You need user authentication so people can log in, a relational database to store tasks and projects and tags, and all those things need to be connected to each other. Okay. So email notifications when deadlines are coming up. You also want file attachments so people can upload documents, calendar sync so tasks show up in the Google Calendar, and some custom logic for how tasks get prioritized. That's kind of how it works on the back end. But these are the requirements of the app that you want to build. Now let's see how each platform would handle this. So with Google Vibe coding, it would generate a basic app using Firebase. Firebase, again, is Google's database system, and it's pretty good for simple stuff. But here's the thing, Firebase is what's called a NoSQL database, which makes it harder to manage complex relationships between tasks, projects, and tags. Okay, so the email notifications will be limited to simple Firebase triggers. You can't really customize them as much. The calendar integration will depend on what the AI can generate through prompts, which might be a hit or miss. And you're locked into deploying on Google Cloud Run. So if you ever want to move to a different hosting provider, you're kind of stuck. Okay. And then with Manus, this is where I feel it gets kind of exciting. So Manus would build a full relational database using SQL, which is perfect for complex relationships. So it would integrate with email services like SendGrid, which is what I used to send you guys emails as an automation. So SendGrid or AWS SES, giving you total control over your email templates and notification logic. For calendar sync, it would implement full 2-day integration with Google Calendar or Outlook. So tasks show up in your calendar, and if you change them in your calendar, they update in your app too. And you get the complete source code. So you can deploy it to Vercel for free or AWS or whatever you want. Plus, any developer can maintain it later because it's professional standard code. See the difference? Both can build a task management app, but the depth and flexibility are on completely different levels. Okay. And I'm going to show this later on too. Now I feel like I'm over my head knowing about triggers and knowing what to cover. Do you have a list of terms and how they apply to apps? Like, what are you? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I can send it to everyone afterwards. But that's what I'm saying. Like me saying like AWS, SQL, all of that is like developer language. And it's stuff we don't even have to worry about because all we have to worry about is how we prompt the platform. So Manus and vibe coding. All you have to worry about is how you talk to it, which is what we're going to go on to later. I just want to explain the full situation. And then also when I said SendGrid, SendGrid is like an email, like a third party email uh handler. And what they do is they provide you with API, and API that API you can send to Manus, and Manus will be able to send emails through that system through SendGrid, which is what I did with you whenever you guys signed up. That's exactly what happened. Manus did everything. It just asked me for an API. It gave me the instructions on how to do it, and I did it, and it created the email by itself. I didn't even know what the email looked like. So I tested it, I sent it to myself, and I liked it. Because I liked how the email came out, so I just left it as is. But if I wanted to change it, I could tell it to change it and I could do it. So that's what I like about it. Like you could test it too, and then tell it what you like and what you don't like. I know we're getting a little bit technical, but honestly, this was just an example of what both can do, based on the type of app that you want and how you can make it a complex app and what that looks like for each platform that you use. So again, at the end, it's all up to you whatever platform you want to use. I'm just showing you what both is will be able to handle. So again, the developer, um, what's it called? The developer talk. You don't even have to worry about that. Okay. So beyond the app development. So this is one of my favorite slides because this is where I feel this is where Manus really shines in a way that Google vibe coding just can't compete. Okay, so remember how I said Manus is like having an entire team. This is what I'm going to show you right now. So, research and analysis. Manus can out on the internet. It can search multiple sources, kind of like ChatGPT, and can synthesize information, fact check claims, and produce comprehensive reports with proper citations. That's kind of like the deep research of ChatGPT. Okay. So, if you're starting a business and you need market research, Manus can do that for you. Google Vibe Coding, it only makes apps, it can't do research. So if you want to use Google Vibe coding, go to ChatGPT first, get everything you need about your market, research, analysis, do the deep research, get as much information as you can, have ChatGPT help you build the app. And then once you have the app idea and how you want the app to look, you take it to Google Vibe coding and it'll build it for you. Okay, but the reason why I like Manus is because Manus does the research, it does everything else, and it can build it for you and even give you suggestions on what the app should have based on the analysis that it provided or the research that it created. Okay, so the next one, content creation. So Manus can generate presentations like the one you're watching right now. I did not touch anything in this presentation. It was all Manus. Okay, it can create technical documentation. It can write long form articles. It can produce marketing materials, basically any kind of written content you need. And this is huge for entrepreneurs and business owners who need help with content but don't have a team yet. Okay. Manus is my whole team when it comes to content creation because I use Nano Banana a lot. But now that it's integrated into Manus, I just use Manus. So yeah. Data science. If you have a spreadsheet full of data and you need to analyze it, if you need to create visualizations, or generate insights, Manus can do that. It can use Python libraries to create beautiful charts and graphs. This is something I teach at AIDU, like how to use AI for Manus being one of the best tools. And then I love ChatGPT too. So I do have a ChatGPT, what's it called? Module in there as well. The next one is automation. So Manus can control web browsers to fill out forms. It can scrape data from websites. It can schedule tasks to run at specific times using cron expressions. and it can orchestrate complex workflows. Okay, so imagine automating all your repetitive tasks. That's what Manus can do. And then the next one, media generation. So Manus can create and edit images. It can generate videos. It can produce audio content, and it can even synthesize speech. So if you need assets for your app or your marketing, Manus can help with that too. And then Google Vibe Coding does none of this. It's purely focused on app generation. So if you need a tool that can help you with your entire business or project, not just the app part, Manus is a completely different league here. I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, yeah, I like Manus. So Manus will take the place. Yeah, honestly, I haven't used it for audio. And I tried the video one time and it came out fine, but it's not like I use it often. If you want to try using it to see if you like it better than some of the apps that you already use, you can. But I don't use it as much. How much is this a month? I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know what I pay a month. I think it's $20 a month. Basic is $20 a month. I forgot how many credits you get. And if you have referrals, it's not bad at all. Like I've created so many websites. I've created so many apps with Manus that it's so worth it. If you have God, I can't think. I think it's a $20 one, there's a $40 one, and there's like a $200 one for 1,000 per the website. Yeah, 4,000 credits. Yeah. It's amazing. If to build this, I'm gonna see if there's a way to find out. Because I always want to show it, but I always forget how to go there. I want to show you how much it cost me to create this whole presentation. This Manus have an affiliate program. Yeah, I have a referral link. I can just get it real quick. Um, here. It's very quick because they want you to like share as much as you can. You got a mess. That's the link for invitation. 2 minutes. I spent so much with Bolt. I'm ready to stop. Yeah, Bolt is good. Bolt is actually really good. I think they're one of the best when it comes to the design layout of like how it looks on the front end. But honestly, I've been paying $20 per month and I haven't paid more. I feel like this time I only paid $8 more because I ran out of credits because I was doing 3 projects at the same time. I was doing the 12 days of AI wins, which the website was created by Manus. I was doing this presentation along with the landing page and the back end, which is the emails that you guys received and the reminder, which was all automated. And I was working on another project that I cannot discuss, but I was doing 3 at the same time. And that's why I ran out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to pay like $8 extra. But I with the $8, I got like 4,000 credits more. So honestly, it's really not that bad. Yeah. Oh wow. 2 projects for $29. No, absolutely not. And Bolt is just like an app creator, right? It's not really like a whole system thing like this one, right? Because with this one, even the image that where is it? I created an image too, and I love it. App and website. Yeah, it's not worth it. Here, see, it created this for me. All I said was create. I wanted it to create like a school cover for this call. And it created these two, and it matches with the website. So it created the website, created all of this, and it's really pretty. So, it's my baby. That's my baby. Okay. So let's go to the next slide before I just stay talking because everybody knows that I like to talk a lot. Okay. Why? Okay. This is the next one. Hold on. Let's look at the chat. I don't want to be behind. Level 6 interface tools on Madison. Yes. Interactive tools. Yep. It's amazing. Love it. Yes. Okay. Cost models and deployment. Okay. So let's talk money. Let's talk money. I'm gonna go over this one briefly. I feel like I had a lot to say, but I feel like whatever I'm gonna say, most of what I'm gonna say is gonna be a little bit too techy, like the infrastructure part of it. But I am just gonna go over it briefly. So, with Google Vibe Coding, Google gives you a generous free tier for generating apps so you can experiment and build stuff without paying anything upfront. If you run out of the free quota, you can add your own API key to keep going. And then once your app is deployed, you pay for a Google Cloud Run based on usage. So the more people use your app, the more you pay. It's kind of like famous AI, which I hated because at that point I was charged a lot because a lot of people were going in that website. And then I wasn't aware of that. And then it was bad. So the thing is, you're locked into Google's pricing model. If they raise prices, you're kind of stuck if you have a working app that people are already using. And if you want to move to a cheaper hosting provider, it's really difficult because your app is built specifically for Google's platforms. Because eventually, depending on the app that you build, it will use Google, it will use Gemini, it will use Nano Banana, right? So with Manus, it works as a subscription model. So you pay a monthly fee and that covers everything. It covers the app deployment, the research, the content creation, the automation, all of it. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet for AI assistants, honestly. And the cool parts, once Manus builds your app, you can deploy it wherever you want. Like the ones that I talked about earlier, the Vercel and then the AWS. So you have total control over your infrastructure cost. I'm not going to go over the strategic implementation because I feel like we already spoke about it. I feel like here is very clear what, well, I'm not going to say it's very clear what decision to make because I feel like the Google Vibe coding for having a free tier, I feel like that, like if you want to see your idea in an app form, that's the best way to start. Just make sure that like you're not deploying it to where people are looking at your website often and then you have to pay on the back end because if a lot of people look at your website, it can become costly versus just having one price per month. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. We're almost done. I'm just looking at the comments and we love to hear you, the info. Thank you. You're so sweet. I'm gonna have to try it out. I've been building lots of dashboards in Notion. This is going to, yes. Oh my God, you have no idea. I love that one. Women are doing this. Yes, I agree. How does it do with building CRM? Um, hmm. I think it'll do very well. It would probably cost a little bit not cost a little bit. It would probably use a lot of credits, based on how big the project is, but it's very doable. Like go high level, I'm sure it's doable, but again, it's like you need to know the full back end of exactly what you want and then tell it what you want, and then it'll give you like it'll know more than me. So I would just simply ask it that question. What you want to build, give it the exact ideas, give it ex like the exact idea that you want, every feature that you want within your CRM, and I'm 100% sure it will be able to build it for you. And the reason I said that is because it has built stuff for me that I never would have thought that any app would build, that I'm like completely still amazed by it. So I feel like, yes, it can definitely do it. I built, let me actually show you guys because I'm proud of this project. I'm proud of it. So we're at school. Let me go to school. because I forgot. I think I know. Let me just, yeah. So that's the website. I built a 12 days of AI wins for my AIDU school community. So every day it's locked, but every day it'll tell you come back on December 15th at 12 to reveal this AI win. And it goes all the way through the big reveal, day 12, which is on December 23rd. And every day it unlocks something. This is a website built by Manus. The first day it was an AI writing assistant where you can just give it a topic. We want to write a Facebook post. Let's just put AI for moms and then generate the prompt. This prompt, you can either put it back to Manus and have Manus do it, or ChatGPT, or Gemini, or Claude, whoever you use, and it'll give you the perfect prompt for whatever it is that you want to talk about. Oh, I put professional. I would put like friendly. And then you click generate and it'll do it for you, and then you can copy to clipboard. So the first one was the AI writing assistant. The second one is the AI image generator. So this one just gives you like the perfect image prompt that you can use for Nano Banana or Midjourney. I feel like I'm missing a lot, but you get the point. So you put the t like you have to be specific with the main subject here. It gives you ideas of like how you want it to look, 3D, surreal, anime, photorealistic, and then the lighting, the mood, all of this, whatever you want, drone view close up, and it'll generate the prompt for you. And then the third day, which is today, this one came out at 12. This generates a whole script for you in video. So whatever video you want to do and however long you want to make the video and what platform you want it in, you can just click on generate script and prompts and it'll generate the script and the prompts. It gets better. I'm not going to reveal it because there's some people in here already in AIDU, so I'm not going to reveal it, but it does get better. And the last day is the best part. So this was all created by Manus, and I worked on each day separately with Manus. So it took me less, I would say it took me less than 8 hours because it was split between different days. So I started, I think, on Monday, I finished it on Tuesday. But I was still going back and forth with like little nitpicking stuff. Like adding like, for example, here, adding a back to calendar button. I wanted that. So I asked it to do it and it did it. And then at the end, I can't really reveal, but it just surprised me the things that it can do. So when I say I feel that it can absolutely do what you want it to do, I fully believe it. Um, I was wondering if you use Manus Beautiful. Yes, of course, I love Manus. How did I miss that one? Girl, get in there. How long will access be available to what? Access to
Oh, you're 12 days.
um until December 23rd because every day it would unlock a day. So you have it started on the 12th and every day you like a day unlocks. So it'll be until the 23rd, available until the 23rd, and it's free for my students only. So if you're in there, you're good. How's the quality of the video? I tried it one time, but it was a long time ago. I think it was like last year. So I honestly haven't tried it since. Um, but when I tried it, it was good. It looked like realistic. I'm sure it's a lot better now. It's just I haven't tried it. I've been so focused on like building apps and stuff that I haven't done videos, but like I may just do a video. I tried the first two last night. Oh, good. So our concept of an app is not something we have to download through Play or App Store anymore. An app is just a platform that does our bidding. Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, if you wanted to submit it to an app store, you can if you own the full code. You That's why I feel like that's important. But technically, no, you don't really need to have it like as an app store or anything because like an app can also be accessed through a phone. You know what I mean? I mean, through a website. So you just put the website and the app is right there. So technically, you don't need to submit it. But you can, it's just a long process. This is amazing. And Manus and Google are all web-based. Yes, exactly. You have been sitting on gold. Girl, I'm telling you, yes, I have. I love it. Are we able to charge? Hold on. Are we able to change monthly for our, wait, are we able to change monthly for our app or only a
I
one-time
think
fee?
she
What do
means
you mean?
charge.
Charge monthly for the app that you create, you can charge whatever you want. You can charge whatever you want. And of course, since Manus is a whole AI ecosystem, you can ask it for its opinion. It's not like other AI app builders like vibe coding, like because I've used Lovable too. You can't really ask for its opinion, you know, you just have to tell it what you want. Um, but you can ask for its opinion, which I like because oh, charge. People are saying charge monthly. Yeah, I would charge monthly. Can you buy the code to own it? If so, how much would that average? What do you mean? For vibe code? No. For Manus, you own it. For Manus, you own it. You don't need to buy it. Just need to have a subscription, which is $20 a month. But you own every single code you create with Manus. And thank y'all for answering that question. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. I'm trying to go fast because I want to build the same app in both places so you guys can see what it looks like. That's a no-brainer. You know what? Manus should hire me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna be petty. Okay. I just use it too much, that's all. And what I also like about Manus is that if Manus does something wrong, like if you're asking for something and it's not doing it and it's constant and you know that they're charging credits for it, you can like you can send it to them, tell them, hey, this is what's happening and it charged me a lot of times. I mean it kept giving me the same response and it's not correct. They're always generous enough to go through and review and give you the credits back, the full credits used for that. And I've done that like 3 times already. It's not that it does it often, it's just I talk to it a lot. But sometimes when there's things that I want specifically and it's not being done, I know credits are being charged. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, hey, this is money. Look at because they're able to look at the entire thread and see where Manus went wrong, and then they refund you the full credits for that project, which is very nice. Um, hold on, guys. Let me just finish this. Finish this. No, I already finished this, right? It's the next one. This one. Okay. Okay. So, who is each of these tools for? I feel like this is important, but I'm gonna try to breeze through it. So first, non-developers. This is for Google Vibe coding. So it's a deal for non-developers who are exploring app ideas without wanting to learn code. So if you've never written a line of code in your life and you just want to see your idea come to life quickly, this is perfect. I already mentioned that earlier. Second, rapid prototyping and proof of concept development. So if you're a startup founder and you need to show investors, for example, right, a working demo by Friday, Google Vibe Coding can get you there fast. Okay, third, simple AI-powered apps that showcase Gemini capabilities. If you're building something that's all about AI features like image generation or video creation, and you want to use Google's AI models, this would be a great fit. That's what I've been seeing a lot of people do. They do like image generators, like um, they do like video generators as well, and they tailor it to specific niches, which is cool. And I know they're using Google Vibe for that, which is not a problem. I think that's actually really smart. Fourth, users who are comfortable working exclusively within Google's ecosystem, which I feel is mostly all of us. If you already use Google Workspace, Google Cloud, and you're happy staying in that world, This makes sense. And then fifth, weekend projects where speed trumps customization. If you're just having fun and experimenting, Google vibe coding is amazing. Okay, and then Manus is ideal for first professional development requiring production ready, maintainable code. So if you're building something real that needs to last and grow, Manus is the way to go. And then second, complex application with custom business logic and integrations. So if your app needs to do something specific to your business that requires custom code, Manus can handle it. Third, projects requiring platform independence and deployment flexibility. So if you don't want to be locked into one company's ecosystem, Manus gives you the freedom. And then fourth, users needing comprehensive AI assistance beyond app generation, which is what we just talked about. If you need help with research, content, data analysis, and more, not just apps, Manus is your all-in-one solution. And fifth, scenarios requiring work with existing code bases. So if you already have a website or app and you want to improve it, Manus can jump right in and help. That's amazing. Okay. Strategic integration flow. Let me see, because I saw some comments, but I couldn't. I was trying to get through this fast. I upgraded. Am I up to here? Let me see. Oh no, I have a lot of questions. Hold on. I need to make this bigger. Okay. How do you mitigate the fees of someone else using the app you create that someone is paying for monthly? Mm. How you set it up to be automatic on the payment side of things so you aren't paying for other people using it. Are you talking about Google Vibe coding? How do you mitigate the fees? How do you set it up to be automatic on the payment side of things so you aren't charging, so you aren't paying for other people using it? I'm gonna wait for you to respond to my question. Can it build code that can be embedded into other websites like Shopify? Yes. It can, absolutely. I actually have built websites using Manus and added it to go high level, and it works perfectly fine. And whenever I need to change something, I have to go to Manus to change it and then update the code in like the CSS code, I think it's called, in Go High Level. And it's like super easy to do. Because if I don't know it, what I do is I tell Manus, hey Manus, I don't know how to do this. Give me the instructions to do it. And it gives me the play by play. So I always know how to do it because it gives me the instructions when I don't know. I upgraded my Gemini accounts and realized I get vibe coding as well. Yes. I overlooked it thinking I was over my head, but I'm going to look closely at this. Thanks for offering this workshop. Manus does seem a bit over my head, such a newbie. It's totally okay. Yeah, I feel like Google vibe coding is better. You'll see it in action. Manus sounds like a lot, but honestly, you can use it the same way that you use vibe coding. You just tell it what you want and it builds it. And it asks you questions. Like sometimes in the middle of working your app, it'll ask you a question. You tell it what you want and it'll do it. So it can be very simple. It's just I'm getting technical about the things that it can do on the back end because I feel like that's important to know for people that want to build an app that um that's a workable app where they can uh own the code and all of that. So I feel like both are important to know. I'm definitely sold. Thank you. You're welcome. Even with a developer language, wouldn't having a basic understanding. Yeah, yeah, of course. I talk to it like super basic. I don't talk to it like with developer language at all. That's why I said the developer language you don't even have to understand at all. Like you don't even need to know the words that I'm saying or what I have mentioned. I'm mentioning it because it's important to know on the back end, but honestly, I talk to it like normal. I tell it this is what I want. I want these brand colors. I want it to look this way. I want it to be interactive. I want it to be an interactive website that does so and so, and this is how I want it to look like, and this is how I want it to be, and these are the pictures I want you to add, or you can generate your own images that you feel would best fit this app. And it does everything. You just talk to it normal. But you do with Google Vibe coding too. It's just people think Manus is very like, oh my gosh, like it's a lot, but it's not. Like if you see, oh my gosh, let me take this out. If you see this is what it looks like. This is like the interface. See, it's very simple. What can I do for you? You just tell it what you want. Or you could create like click on one of these, like create slides, build website, design, schedule tasks, more. You just tell it what you want. That's it. And it has different agents, so it reads what you tell it, and then it'll pick up the agent that works best for it. So it can do like a chat GPT kind of thing where it's conversation going back and forth, or it can look like what you saw previously, where it has the work that it's doing on the right, and in the middle it has the conversation with you. Um, but yeah, it's very easy, very easy. See, like this. See, it has the work that it does on the right, and then on the left is just the conversation. It's very simple. It's just kind of a lot, I know. Um, so for easy apps, how much is Google again? I already made my Manus account. For Google, I pay $19 per month for the Pro, Google Pro, 19.99, I think it is. For Google Pro, and I think that includes VO3 access to Flow. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you also have access to build apps. I just don't know to what capacity because I don't build a lot of apps and I've built like probably two inside of Google Vibe coding. So I know that you have credits. So I know since there's different apps and you're using credits, you may have to pay for more credits depending on how many things you do in each uh Google system. Um, Awesome. You're welcome. A lot of times I will give a sample website that does what I want and Manus will just go. Yeah, exactly. Then that's a good point too. Always like give it an example of what you want and then say, how can I do this? But like make it about so and so niche and tar this target audience and helping this type of people, blah, blah, blah. And it'll do it exactly like that. Yeah, it looks like ChatGPT. It does. Do you use all? Are you still paying for ChatGPT or does it? Yes, unfortunately, I still use everything. I need to take one out. I just haven't had the time. I may take out Google, to be honest. I love ChatGPT. I have a love-hate relationship with ChatGPT. I can't take it away. So I can't. I'm still gonna pay that. But Manus is my number one. Okay, yeah, so Manus makes more sense to me. Yep. Okay. Okay, sorry for all the other people that are here. I just want to make sure that everyone is understanding. I don't know if I should skip through this because we kind of already went over it. I can go through it really quick. So okay, this is a smart workflow. Okay, so the first step is research and planning with Manus. So before you build anything, use Manus to do market research, competitive analysis, and technical planning. Figure out what your users actually need, what your competitors are doing, and what features you should prioritize. So that's the foundation of any successful project. Step two is once you have your plan, use Google Vibe coding to quickly test concepts and validate ideas. Build multiple variations in minutes, share them with your potential users or stakeholders, and gather feedback. This is where Google Speed really shines. Step three, after you've validated your concept and you know what works, go back to Manus to build a production-ready version. This is exactly what I said before, where you can go to Manus and research or go to ChatGPT and research, then take it to Google Vibe Coding to see it in action right then and there, your ideas, because it's faster. And then if you like it, then you build the entire thing in Manus because you own the code. And if there's any issues that happen, Manus can fix it. That's pretty much what this is saying. Okay, so that's a step if you wanted to use both. Okay. So that's kind of like how they complement each other. Google Vibe is perfect for the move fast and test ideas, and Manus is perfect for build it right and grow it long term. Okay. Now the next one, oh my gosh, hold on. Okay. Okay. So I want to address something head on because I know some of you might be wondering, can Manus actually build real functionable apps? Or is it just generating code that doesn't really work? The answer is yes. Manus absolutely creates real applications, and I want to be super clear about what that means. So when Manus builds an app for you, you get fully functioning production-ready website and applications with complete source code that you own. These are not prototypes. They're not demos. These are professional applications that you can deploy to the internet, share with users, and grow into real businesses. So I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to be very, very quick with this. Complete ownership. You receive the full source code with no platform dependency. It's yours forever. You can do whatever you want with it. Unlimited customization. You can implement any feature, algorithm, or integration without constraints. If you can dream it, Manus can build it. Okay. The next one, professional quality. The code follows industry standard best practices with proper architecture. It says my internet is unstable. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Did I cut off? Did I cut off? Makes more sense to
Here
me.
and see.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Perfect. Let me look. Oh, let me check the chat. Okay, 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 thanks. Okay, professional quality, I was there. The code follows industry standard best practices with proper architecture, error handling, and security. So if any professional developers want to go in there after, they'll be easily integrated into doing that. Platform independence, you can deploy to any hosting service and migrate freely between providers. You're never locked in. Existing project support, so Manus can work with your current code base, not just create new projects from scratch. This is huge for growing businesses. Complex capabilities, so Manus can build sophisticated applications with custom business logic that goes way beyond what simple AI prompts can generate. And long maintaining. The code is structured so that professional development teams can maintain and extend it as your business grows. So, the broader value that I really want you to understand is while Google Vibe Coding specializes in rapid app creation, Manus provides comprehensive AI assistance where professional web development is just one capability among many. Okay. Ow. Sorry about that. It just hurt my elbow. Okay. So, decision framework. And this is like, I think this is like second to last slide. Okay. So, we covered a lot of information. There were a lot of questions, which I thank you for asking. And that's why I stopped after every slide because I know it can get a little bit techy, but I promise it's very easy to understand. Um, okay, so let me make this super simple for you with a clear decision framework. So choose Google Vibe coding when speed is your absolute priority over customization. So if you need something today and you're okay with it being simple, go with Google. You're building simple AI apps that showcase Gemini features. If your whole app is about AI image generation or video creation, Google's got you covered. You're comfortable with platform lock-in to Google. If you're already deep in the Google ecosystem and you don't mind staying there, that's okay too. And then you're a non-developer exploring ideas without technical support. If you're just starting with AI journey and you want to experiment without any coding knowledge, Google Vibe Coding is super accessible. and you're creating throwaway prototypes or weekend projects. If you're just having fun or testing ideas that might not go anywhere, the speed of Google Vibe coding is perfect. Okay, and then for Manus, choose Manus if you need production-ready apps with code ownership. So if you're building something real that you want to own and control, Manus is the way. Your project requires complex business logic or custom features. If your app needs to do something specific and sophisticated, Manus can handle it. Your value, platform independence, and deployment flexibility. If you want freedom to choose where your app lives, Manus gives you that. You're working with existing code bases or building long-term products. If you already have a website or app, or if you're building something that will grow over time, which I'm doing too, Manus is built for that. You require comprehensive AI assistance beyond just app development, and Lord knows I do. If you need help with research, content, data analysis, automation, and more, not just apps, Manus is your all-in-one solution. So the bottom line is Google Vibe Coding optimizes for instant gratification and accessibility. It's amazing for what it does. Manus optimizes for professional quality, flexibility, and comprehensive depth. It's built for the long haul. So both create functioning apps, but they serve different needs and philosophies. And honestly, once you understand the difference, the choice becomes pretty clear based on what you need right now. Okay. And then the next slide is just a conclusion. And I'm not going to repeat what I just said, but it's kind of like the same thing, right? So the future of development is here, and it's making software creation more accessible while simultaneously enabling professionals to build more sophisticated applications faster. And honestly, this is just the beginning. The AI revolution is happening right now, and the opportunities are absolutely incredible. I'm still like, every single time and I create an app with Manus, I'm like my mind is blown. So let me look. Okay. So you build the app, then get the link, and then it's yours. What do you mean you get the link? So I'll show you. I'll show you because I'm gonna do a live demo really quickly. But yeah, like you build it, it builds for you, and then there's a button that says publish. You click on the publish button. You have an option to change the domain. You can either buy one inside of Manus or use a domain you already own. I already own aiwithnala.com through Go High Level. So I just used that and I added like a subdomain to it. So that's what I was able to do. Or you can use the Manus link because it gives you its own Manus link, but you can change that to a domain, which I do. Do we have to keep the subscription going in order to have the website going? That's a really good question. I am not sure. I would think so, but then again, I don't think so. Because it already built the website. Once it already builds a website and it publishes, it's yours to keep forever. Now, if you want to make changes to it on the back end, you're going to need a subscription for that because you need credits to make the changes. So I assume if you want to continue maintaining the back end or if you need to make a big change on that app, you do need to keep the subscription going. And honestly, for $20 a month, I would keep it. So when you say throwaway prototypes, do you mean like your 12 days website? Here today, gone on the 23rd. There will be client interaction, but just not. Yes, so when I say throwaway, I mean like for ideas, like if you have small ideas and you just want to see what it looks like on an app, you can do that and see what it looks like so that you can grasp and see, okay, is this something that I want? What changes would I like to make? You can actually build it and host it through Google Vibe Coding. It's all up to you. When I say throw away prototypes, I mean like if you have an idea, put it on Google's system, see if you like it. If you want to make it big and have a lot of backend stuff, and if you want to own the code, go with Manus. But the 12 days website, I used I used Manus for that because Manus was able to do everything that I asked it to do as far as the image prompt and all of that. And vibe coding can do it too because I've seen it be done. And I've seen the API integrations of Nano Banana and VO3 and Gemini. So it's definitely doable, but I want to be able to own my own website and code. And I don't want it to be on a cloud, right? And then whenever I see the websites too, I don't know if you can add your custom domain. I haven't gone that far. But I wanted to have my own domain. So that's why I always choose Manus. And then Google Vibe coding is fairly new. So that's why I didn't go to it, but it's an option. But yeah, like if it's the 12 days website, yeah, absolutely. Because once after the third, you'll still have access to it though, because I don't think it would be a throwaway. Because you'll still have access to it and you can use it whenever you want because everything that will be there is something that can benefit you and your business. So I'll keep it active. It's not like I'm gonna throw it away, you know? So you can still use it. Can it make games as well? Yes, it can. You tell it what you want, it gives it to you. And if it can't do it, it'll tell you what to do so that it can do it. As far as like API, and if you need to like include more information, more tech, I know like with like sometimes I ask you Zapier.com or make.com. If you want to automate stuff or if you want it to be powered by like a free source like Python, it does it too. It does everything. But it'll give you the option based on like what you want. That's why you have to be kind of like specific with it. Like, I want this and this is how I want it, blah, blah, blah. Great question. But if you own the code, you should be good. Yes. Do you have to pay for credits to get OpenAI API keys? No. What do you mean pay for credits? As long as you pay the $20 per month, that's it. Like you have access to everything. If you have API, sorry, keys, like I've used in my API key for Stripe and it was able to build a Stripe link for me and everything. All I did was give it the API key. And it gives you the one like step by step on how to do that too. I use the API also for SendGrid to be able to send you guys emails. So did that too. I see these apps with a ton of family games or science experience for dads. Manus can do that for us. I believe so. I haven't tried it. Um, but I'm not going to limit it. I would just have that conversation with it and see if that's something that it can do. But I haven't tried it. I'm sure it can. I am putting its limits to the top because I feel like it has a lot of ability. But if it doesn't, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. I've been running into issues with API keys asking to reload money into OpenAI, and I've been doing it, and it takes money out of my account. Do you have people going into your websites? Because if people are going into your websites and using your website that you created, that's weird. That's weird. But I honestly, I don't have any of that. I don't have OpenAI. I don't have anything that charges me credits that I'm using as an API for somewhere else. I'm not doing any of that. I haven't, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not the perfect person to let you know what's going on with that. But that's weird. I think if have you tested it though? Because if you test it, they use credits for that too. Like if you test it every time you open it, every time you test it, it depends. I mean, if you go on the website, it'll tell you exactly what it charges for and why it charges you credits and all of that. So I would just go in there and read that again or ask ChatGPT. I love me some ChatGPT. I would just ask ChatGPT. Okay, enough questions. Okay, at least for now. Now, what I'm gonna do is give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to AI Studio. I'm gonna do this really quick because I don't want to take up too much time and my kids are gonna be like, Mom, what's going on? And I don't want them to be like, Mom, what's going on? Okay, so let's actually build something. I'm going to show you both tools in action so you can see exactly what they can do. We're going to build the same app in both Google Vibe Coding and Manus, and I'll show you the differences as we go. Okay, so the first part, we're going to do Google Vibe Coding. This is the website, AI Studios. Let me just copy and paste in case you guys don't know. Oops, in case you guys don't know, we'll just ChatGPT is just on something else. Chat says it should charge. Yeah, yeah, I figured. Okay, that's the website. So log in with your Google account, have the vibe code section ready. So build your ideas with Gemini. Okay, my idea, I'm going to click on, okay, I'm going to say create a poll app called, let's say, favorite AI tool poll, okay? Where users can vote for their their favorite AI tool, include options for Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, and Manus. Show the current vote for each, you can't type, option. Use a modern, colorful design with purple and pink gradients. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna press build. So that's it. I talked to it like normal. Now we're gonna wait. It's been running for 6 seconds. Google AI is reading what I wrote and building the app right now. No code from me, just the words that I typed. This is crazy. I feel like a year ago you would have needed to hire, not even a year ago, you would have needed to hire a developer for thousands of dollars to build something so simple. And now you just ask for it and you get it. This is why I'm so obsessed with teaching this stuff. Ooh. It gives you like everything that it's thinking. It's getting all the codes ready. And then eventually you're going to see it on the right-hand side as a preview. If you want to look at the code, you switch the code. Okay. And then preview. Oh, let's see. 6 months ago, girl, would have been the most growth ever. I know, I know. It's less better. If we go into ChatGPT, he will give a long prompt, and your experience is less better than a detailed prompt. I prefer a detailed prompt because if I give it less, it'll start thinking on its own. And if I have a very specific app idea, I want it to be very specific. So most of my apps are very specific, so I'm trying to be as specific as possible. Like, even if in the app I want to talk about, well, not, I know we're talking about building apps, but I'm thinking about websites and landing pages too, which you can also build. And if you want to put like a picture of you, like who will be your AI teacher or something like that, and a brief bio about you, like I go into specific detail of exactly what I want. But sometimes, like at the end, like Manus would ask you, "Oh, it'll always suggest stuff, which is amazing that I never even thought of. So sometimes it would suggest like, "Oh, do you want to add like a FAQ, or do you want to add like an email list? Do you want to add like an admin panel so that you can sign in and see like the replies that you're getting based off the email deliveries?" And I'm like, "What? I didn't even think of that." Sure, so. I like it. I like that it gives you options of ideas. I started a bootcamp style school for web development several years back and was stressed out. So grateful. Girl, I'm so grateful for the capabilities. Well, girl, I know. All we gotta do is tell it what we want. But I would say be as specific as possible every single time. Like D'Amico knows, I gave her a long prompt template for an app to build an app. It's a long prompt, but it works because it gets down to like, this is what I want in the hero section. Sometimes, okay, if you want it to be a surprise, for example, if you wanted to see the capabilities of what it would come up with, you don't have to be specific. It depends on the app that you want to do. So if you want it to be like a very generic app like I'm doing right now, my prompt was small. If it was something that I wanted that has more features and the ability of things that I wanted to do, like if I want it to have its own chat bot, and then I also want ability to be able to record yourself, like all of that is stuff that I want to incorporate, so I'm going to tell it that that's what I want. Um, in here, where do you go to add images or videos? That's a good thing to know. In where? In vibe code? Over here, where it says add files, upload. Add files, upload files. You can talk to it too. Instead of typing, you can just talk to it, or you can annotate. But I don't use any of that. But if you wanted to add, you could just click here and upload. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, I have to fix this issue. I clicked on auto fix, so now it's fixing it. That's why it was taking long. Sorry about that. And that's another thing too. I like that it catches whenever there's an error and it tells you, hey, that's an error. Would you be okay with me fixing it? So when building landing pages or funnels in Manus, we can still include workflows, right? Yes. Does Google build landing pages too? Huh. I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure it can. Maybe it'll be easier. I don't know. I haven't tried it, to be quite honest with you, and I don't want to tell you something that's not true. I'm sure it does because if it can create apps, I'm sure it can create landing pages. I just know that it's a page that you like a code that you don't own, but you can still have a very workable app um with Google. And since Google has Gmail, like all of that can be connected. So it could be probably easier for you if you wanted to do email capture and all that. But Manus does it too, so I don't know. I would just test what I would suggest for you to do is test both. Test Manus and test Google Vibe Code and see which one you like and go from there. I use Go High Level for SAS, but sometimes I just need a simple, fast way to create funnels. Yes, that's why I use Manus. Manus is my simple and fast. It creates it for me, and that's it. Like the webinar landing page, it was created by Manus. I didn't do it at all. I just told what colors I wanted, and it did everything. I didn't even tell it where I wanted everything, what I wanted it to say, nothing. It created everything for me. And I was very grateful, of course. Okay, so we're done. It built the whole thing. Looks really nice. It's interactive. It has all the ones I mentioned. Let's click on one. ChatGPT. Okay. 29%. This is just like a test. But I like that it shows the percentage of what everyone. I like that it has Gemini insights too. So if you wanted to ask Gemini about this app, you can. I like that it included that. The buttons work. It's tracking the votes. It's a real working app that I can deploy to the internet right now with one click, which is right here, deploy app. That's where you click. Okay. Obviously, I would need to import, like create a project. I'm not going to do it, but that's where you would deploy it to the public. Okay. If you want to share the app while it's on beta testing, you can share it. If you want to download the app, you can as well. Here you see the version history. If you want to copy the app, you can. You can name it, rename it up here or put a description. Go here if you want to see the code. Okay, that's all there. And it looks nice. I like it. I think it looks really cool. Okay. I've updated the code to name, blah, blah, blah. So I think it looks good. Who likes it? I want to make a book. I want to make a book creator. Tired of using Canva. I want an app to make the entire book for me. That's definitely doable. There's already a Gemini app that does, it's a Gemini. I think it's Notebook LM already does it. It creates books. Or is it Gemini? I think Gemini, no, it's Gemini. Gemini Storybook. It creates books for you. It creates the visual and the actual book. It's not perfect and it's small, but if you want to do something on a bigger scale, I can definitely see that. But I would say build it with Manus because it's more complex and you own it. So definitely, I would definitely start working on that because that's a really good idea. I'm sure there's other people tired of Canva. Um, Actually, with Google, it may be a little bit, if it's just for book oh no, no, no. I thought you meant book cover creator. If it's a book cover only, I would use Google Vibe Code because they have Nano Banana, but so does Manus. I don't know. It's completely up to you. ChatGPT and Manus can create the book. Yeah, it does. ChatGPT and Manus both. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The entire book. Yeah. Okay. So I like my little app. So I voted for ChatGPT, but I should have voted for Manus, but it's okay. And yeah. The bad thing is that I don't really own this code. It's hosted on Google's platform. And if I wanted to customize it beyond what vibe coding can do, I'm kind of stuck. The other thing is that the votes aren't being saved to a real database, they're just in memory. If you needed a database, you'd use their other tool called Firebase, Firebase Studio instead. So if I refresh the page, they're gone. Let's refresh the page so you can see. Um, for a real business app, that's a problem. See? Now you don't see the votes. So I can only deploy this to Google Cloud Run. I can't take it and put it on my own server or use a different hosting provider. So Google AI Studio is perfect for quick prototypes, testing ideas, or building simple tools for yourself. But if you're building something for your business that needs a database or complex features, you'd need to use Firebase Studio for vibe coding or another tool. And that's where Manus shines for me. Okay. So let's see. Let's take the same prompt and go to my beautiful baby, Manus. And I'm going to build the same app. Okay. I'm going to tell it the same thing. I'm going to say, instead of create, I'm just going to say build a poll instead of app. No, yeah. A poll web app called Favorite AI Tool Poll, where users can vote for, okay, I think we're good. And then I did the same thing. I just opened Manus, I said what I wanted, and that's it. Now it's just thinking. So it's the same request, but you're gonna watch what Manus does differently. Okay, right now Manus is thinking, and look, it's not just building a simple front end app. It's asking me if I want full stack features right here. It's initializing my project. See, now it asks you review feature plan, database schema with poll tables to store. All of this is developer stuff. All I gotta do is just say build now. I'm not gonna read it. I don't need to read it. Basically, it was just asking me if I want a full stack application with a database. That's all it was asking. So I put yes. I said build. So now it's breaking everything down. It's creating a React front end. So that's the part that you see. A backend server, that's the brain behind the scenes. A real SQL database, that's where the votes get saved forever. And API endpoints, that's how the front end talks to the back end. Okay. So it's not as fast. But again, all of this is gibberish. I don't care about it. If you want, if this is too overwhelming for you, just click on preview. And eventually, when it's done, this is where it'll show. You don't need to have it on code. This is the code. It usually shows the code first. But you could just click preview if you don't want to see any of that. And you could just wait till it's done and you don't have to read all of this. It's just telling you step by step exactly what it's doing, which I like because I like to read and know what it's doing. Now it's creating it. Since it includes backend stuff, it's gonna take a little bit. Can you copy and put it in Manus from Google AI Studio? Like the website itself, like the link. Once, if I deploy it or if I share it as a preview, I can send it to Manus and say, can you create the same thing? The code, I can copy and paste it, but it's gonna tell me since it's strict to like what's it called? Google, some of the code is not going to go through. You know what I mean? Because this is Google interface language. Manus is going to read it. It's going to be able to read it, but it's going to be like, okay, I can't do any of this because this is not the code that I create. But it can fix it. It can fix it to come from Manus. So it can rewrite the code, if that's what you're saying. Oh, there's more. I have to scroll up. Um, can we make a Manus inside of a Manus? Uh, I'm not sure. I don't think Manus will like that because it'll see you as a competitor. And he's already fed up with ChatGPT and like all these other platforms that it doesn't need another one. But I think so. I think so. You could just tell it like, I want to create an app that does exactly what you do. Where do I go from here? Or how can you help me get there? And it'll tell you. ChatGPT and Manus can, yeah, by making the app. Manus and Chat did it for me before by coding up. Yeah. Like just make the book for you or me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've created books. The first book I ever created was ChatGPT that created it for me. Okay, Carmen, thank you for being here. Okay, let's go to Manus. Sorry. It's taking a while because again, it's building the front and the back end. But if you wanted to read, this is everything that's happening on the back end that I don't care for. Um, Eventually it'll start writing English again and tell you exactly what's going on, which I love. There you go. Okay. And then it tells you all these nice things. Hey, this is what I did, and this is everything that comes with it, and this is what blah blah blah. Okay. Web application is complete and ready to use. The application features a fully functional voting system where users can vote for their favorite AI tool among ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Manus. The poll displays real-time vote counts with percentage breakdowns, uses optimistic updates for instant feedback, and showcases a modern pink-purple gradient design. The database schema stores vote counts. TRPC produces procedures, handle all backend logic, and the responsive UI works seamlessly across mobile and desktop devices. All tests are passing. Next steps you might consider. Add vote limiting. So you see how it always gives you suggestions on what to add if you want to add something else. So it tells you can add vote limiting, like limit users to vote or duplicate voting. Add an analytics dashboard, create an admin panel, enable poll customization, allow creating multiple polls with different topics and options beyond just AI tools. That's cool. And then here it gives you more suggestions. Add a feature that allows users to write in their own favorite AI tool if it's not on the list. Implement a share results on social media button to let users easily share the poll outcomes. Enhance the user experience by adding a subtle animation effect when a user casts their vote. So I think that's really cool. Let's click on Manus, submit. It says vote submitted successfully. And I'm sure on the back end I would be able to see it. That's super cool. So that's how it looks like. Very colorful. Has a database, which is the back end again. And then the polls. This is where you'll see the polls. Manus has two. The file storage, and then the settings. And then here's where you can add the domain after you publish it. I'm not going to publish it because I don't need to publish it. But if you were to click on publish, you'll see this screen right here. So you click on publish and then it'll tell you, do you want your own domain or do you want to buy one? And go from there. So it has back panel. If I tell it I want to add an admin panel, it would create it for me where I can sign in. So it's my email and password. I can sign in and see the results from this website, and it's always updated. That's super complex if Google were to do that. I don't even think Google can do that. So that's a difference, which I, of course, enjoy. Um, okay, and then some of the differences is number one, I own this code. So this whole code is my code. I own it 100%. Okay. I can download every single file. I can hire a developer to customize it. I can move it to any hosting provider. It's mine. Okay. Number two, it has a real database. Again, we just showed that over here. So these votes aren't disappearing. They're stored forever. I can build reports. I can send emails to voters. I can do whatever I want with this data. You can add to it. You can download it, export it. And here you can you can ask for them for you can ask Manus to add an email, like email capture that can link their vote so that you have their email list as well on the back end. And I'm surprised it didn't offer that, but that's fine. Number three, this is production ready, so I can add my own custom domain, which I already explained over here once I click on publish, and I can deploy this to my business website. So it's not just a prototype, it's something I can actually sell for my business today. And then with vibe coding, with this one, I can keep building on it. With vibe coding, once it's done, I'm kind of stuck. But with Manus, I can say, hey, add user authentication or add email notifications or um, make it look nicer or give me animations or add a video to the top so that people know exactly what this app is about, etc. And it'll do it. So that's the best part. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go to, no, I think yeah. So this one, like I said, this one was built with my wonderful Manus. Okay. That's the landing page that all of you guys saw. What's the word? It suggested for me to add the webinar countdown, and I said yes, so I put it up here, which I like. It made this animation. I didn't ask any of this. I did not ask for it to do. So I like the animations. It gave a brief description of what each can do, what we'll cover, And then the Q&A, which was another suggestion by Manus, which I liked. And then for the description me, I told it to add that and I gave it my picture and then it did everything else. And then the back end, I'm gonna see if I can sign it to SendGrid real quick. Sign in. This is how it looks from the back end. I'm just gonna show it briefly in case I show too much. But this is the email logs. So all of these were sent out. Some people signed up today. All of these were sent out. These were the reminders. All of this was sent out by Manus. I didn't do anything. And it created its own, like I didn't even know what the email looked like. So I sent myself a test email so I could see what it says. But Manus did it all. All I did was add the API key, and then whenever someone would click on what's it called? Click on save my spot and add their email, they would automatically receive an email and SendGrid would be the one to send it. But Manus did the entire email itself. I didn't do anything. Even the reminder email, that was a suggestion from Manus, not, it didn't come from me. And it did it itself, where it reminded them after, it reminded you guys like the day before. So, that being said, I love me some Manus, and now you see the differences of it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of my demo. Um, I could have used a better app demo, but I would have lasted longer, and I don't want to keep you guys for over 2 hours, to be honest. So we'll just stop right here. Um, I know. Presidents, you're right on time. I've been deep in math. Oh, good. But I've been thinking about learning Google AI Studio more intentionally. Right now, I use Chat and Gemini to build my prompt instruction formats, then paste them into Manus, so I use fewer credits. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge also. Of course, of course. That makes sense. Um, Yeah, I do that too sometimes. Like sometimes I like to brainstorm with ChatGPT and like just talk to like a normal person and just tell it the idea of the app that I have and then go more in depth in it. And then once I feel like I have something concrete that I feel can work, I take it to Manus and I'm like, hey Manus, what do you think about this? And it'll give me better suggestions. That's why I always go back to Manus and ask what it thinks about the conversation I had with ChatGPT. It gives me better suggestions and then I tell it to build it and it does. So that's my process. But everybody has a process. So that works for if that works for you, that's perfect. Because that's kind of what I do too. I don't use Gemini, but I use ChatGPT. Um, and then Google AI Studio. Obviously, Google AI is amazing. I'm not saying not to use it. Obviously, you can use it if you want it to be accessible and you want it to be fast. So definitely go for it. You are very welcome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to send everyone the recording once I figure out how Manus can send it because it's the one sending you guys emails. So I'll figure that out and then I'll have it sent to you guys. Have you tried using Canva coding? No, I haven't tried and I honestly don't want to because I don't want to overwhelm myself with every other thing out there when I know that Manus is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, if I know that you're the OG at what you do, I'm not gonna keep looking for other things. Like I know there's other platforms out there that may do stuff, but I just love Manus so much and it hasn't done me wrong, so I don't wanna cheat. You know? I don't want to cheat. I want to be loyal. So I'm gonna remain loyal. Yeah, keep it simple. And that's another thing, like everything is a charge, you know? So it's like you gotta you gotta think about your pockets too. And if I have a system that does everything, then I'm winning, you know? I don't have to worry about anything else. I'm good. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. I'm happy that I was able to do this for free for you guys. It was like a gift because I saw a lot of people going into Google Vibe coding And I'm like, wait, but Manus is good and people don't know about Manus. So I'm happy I was able to share that with all of you guys. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Facebook. Um, you're very welcome. I'll probably have Manus send another email out so I can share my Facebook link because I don't think I did that. Well, I didn't ask it to, but whatever. All right, have a great rest of the night. I'm gonna go be a mama to my kids. Let me stop sharing. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you again.
Of course, anytime.